welcome back to another vlog. It is currently Thursday. I'm not at work. My schedule is a little different than you're used to seeing in the vlogs because number one, my day off at work has changed. I've mentioned before that my weekday off rotates, it's never permanent. So for the next few months, I'm gonna have Fridays off. The last two rotations, I had weekdays, so I haven't had a long weekend in a while. And then today is Thursday. I actually took a vacation day off work, so that's why I am home and I have a 4-day weekend. Primarily and originally took today off to see some family that's in from out of state. My uncle travels a lot for work, so whenever he's in California, he'll rent an Airbnb, and a lot of times it's like super last minute and we can't get our schedules to link up or coincide. But I had 2 weeks advance notice this time, which is way more than we typically have notice. Did the way I say that just make sense? I think so. Moving on. Anyways, we compared schedules, realized that today was probably going to be the best day, so I just took a vacation day off work and I'm going to drive out there. The Airbnb is like an hour and a half away, which honestly compared to them being out of state seems like it's around the corner. I plan to go earlier in the day, but I'm kind of gonna go midday now because my car is being delivered today, or driven to me, however you would phrase that, and I literally cannot believe it. I am so excited. I'm emotional. I'm feeling proud of myself. I'm feeling sentimental over my car that I still have here that I'm no longer gonna have. It's been with me through so much. I don't know. I'm just feeling all of the things, which is funny because last night I was literally voice memoing Raina and I was like, I have no emotion right now over this car, and not in a negative way, but just this was such a long few days. So much work went into getting this vehicle, and I think I was more so relieved and everything was just kind of settled and done and I knew it was coming, and I was just at a very chill baseline, zero emotion mental state, if that makes sense. But then once I went to sleep, I started waking up. Every few hours I was waking up. I woke up a lot, a lot, and I couldn't go back to sleep. I felt like a kid waiting to go to Disneyland for the first time. I was just so excited, and this morning I have just been bouncing around. And they will be here, I think, in about 20 minutes. So I wanted to get the vlog started. I've been debating and am still debating literally in this moment if I want to go into a story time about how I obtained the car. I feel like half of me is who cares, it's boring. But the other half of me, I was talking to Phoebe and she's like, I actually think it would be insightful to share your experience, what you learned. It's a confusing story. It will make sense if I end up telling it, which I will. Maybe I'll just save it for the end or put a timestamp up when I go into it if you do not care or not interested in it. But I did do I would argue 90% of this by myself, negotiations, everything, without help, which is not something I thought that I was ever going to do. But I don't know, I learned so much, and I feel like next time around it would just be even easier. And maybe if you're considering buying a car soon, maybe I could give you even one insightful tip or something. I don't know, maybe I'll do a story time in the car later. That would be kind of fitting. My first official story time. And my new gal, I gotta name her. I didn't name my car that I have now. I might have and forgot the name, so obviously it didn't hold that much value to me if I didn't remember it. So I definitely want to try and name my car. I don't know if everybody does that. I know some people that would probably be that's weird. I know a lot of people that have to name it, that's a must for them, but I think I'm gonna name her. She needs a personality. She needs a name. Also, just to clarify why it's being driven to me and delivered, which is probably more unusual, or maybe you've never even heard of that before. The very specific combination of things I wanted on the car, different aspects, features, colors that I was not willing to budge on. Literally, I would say I would honestly say literally not even 1%, maybe 2-3%. I had wiggle room on certain things, very minimal. I wanted what I wanted and I was willing to wait for it. So we did find a dealer about an hour and a half away. I could have gotten a ride there, but with the timing of everything and it being the middle of the week and obviously everyone being at work, I just figured I would take them up on their courtesy offer to drive it to my house. And yeah, so that is the story of why it is coming to me and I'm just sitting at home. We're gonna finish signing the paperwork that still needs to be signed. Obviously I wanted to lay eyes on the car and fully evaluate it before we sign everything 100%. Sorry, I'm just making sure that they are not here. So we'll finish signing everything. They're gonna give me a tour of the car. I kind of already had one, to be honest with you. Takes an hour to go over all of the different features in this car, the different settings, the updates, all of that. So I kind of already got the full rundown because I almost drove off with a different one earlier in the week at a different dealer, but because it was so much information, I am happy to take the course again. So I am not saying anything about the fact that I know anything about this car. I'm just gonna let them give me the full rundown and hopefully reabsorb some things that I probably missed earlier in the week. Enough rambling. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. I have all these things going on in my head, but I will check in with you once they are here and once I have the car. It's been a couple of hours. I just pulled up to my family's Airbnb. I left pretty quickly after we finished everything at the house, so I didn't get a chance to record a clip, but I am absolutely in love. Everything went so well, and I was a little nervous to drive out here, to be honest, because not only have I never driven an electric vehicle besides the test drives I did in this one over the last few days, I'm just in an area I don't come to often, a freeway I don't drive a lot, so it was just a lot of new factors, and I was a little nervous, but honestly, I was so comfortable. I think I was just, in general, so much more comfortable by myself in the car rather than the test drives, obviously, when you have people you don't know with you, so the drive here was awesome. I am so happy. So now I'm going to just go have some family time. Also want to give a little update that I tried these Clean Simple Energy and Focus drinks that I showed in the last vlog, I think it was, or the one before that, and I am not a fan, at least not of this flavor. It's the first one I've tried. It tastes a lot like coconut. I did check. It doesn't have coconut in it because I swear I might be a little allergic to coconut. My throat feels really weird when I drink it. I didn't feel that with this, but I just don't like the taste of coconut in general. So for me, this was an absolute no, but I feel like it's a really bad review because I hate what it tastes like. So if the other ones don't taste like coconut, they might be phenomenal. I don't know. I'll definitely give them a try since I was sent a few flavors, but I'm honestly not even gonna finish that. I am back home. I just got out of the shower. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and I apologize because all that today kind of was, or not kind of was, it literally just was one long intro to this vlog and me literally talking all day. But I do plan to vlog the next 2 to 3 days, so like I mentioned, I don't get to see this family often, so I really just wanted to be present and just kind of got swept up and hanging out. I did take some footage. I took some footage and I will insert that for you right now. So there's that. That's about all I got. Honestly, we just hung out, cooked dinner. Time honestly flew by. Like, I couldn't believe it was already like 9:30 when I went to leave. So like I said, I'm just home, showered, probably gonna throw on a little 90-day and go to bed here quickly. It's been a long day, about 3 hours of driving, a lot of excitement, a lot of emotion. I'm just really ready for a good night of sleep. And then tomorrow we have a few things to do. I need to go to the grocery store in the morning. I'm having like a little spooky cousins night tomorrow. I'm still deciding if I'm going to cook or if I'm gonna order pizza. I originally was always gonna cook, but like as the week, or how the events transpired this week, just a lot of unexpected things, I kind of feel like pizza sounds like such an easy solution, or not solution, but just a way more desirable. I don't know what I'm trying to say, guys. I'm literally so tired. I think you understand what I'm saying. But regardless, I need to go to the store for a few things, dessert and drinks. I'm getting my car tinted. It's gonna be another semi-busy day. Gotta clean the house. So I will see you in the morning. I think I'm gonna get this to do like an apple cider little cocktail later, maybe. I have a handle of Tito's, so I just was looking for some mixers anyways. A lime for drinks later.
Best ice cream in the world.
Tillamook?
Yes.
I know.
I
can't go back now.
I've been doing this for 30 years, 35 years, and it was dryers.
It was, right? Yeah.
And Haagen-Dazs.
Because when I was little, like vanilla dryers with some chocolate syrup was so good, and now it's just not the same.
Right.
Doesn't taste the same.
Horrible.
Yeah.
It's because they got cheaper on it.
Oh.
You know, because a big corporation took it over. You know, instead of catering to it, they just looked at the bottom line.
That makes sense.
It didn't hurt.
Have a good one.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Good morning and welcome back to another day of the vlog. I went grocery shopping this morning, obviously, as you already know, and then I brought the groceries home and immediately went and dropped off my car to be tinted. I was trying to think in my schedule in the next few weeks when I'd have time, and it dawned on me that I had not necessarily a chunk of free time, but that I was going to be home pretty much all day today and I could just drop it off and come back home. So I reached out a couple days ago. They happened to have an appointment this morning at 10, which worked out perfectly. So the car is there right now. It'll be ready in a couple of hours. And then they said I have until 5 to pick it up though. So my plan is to kind of like get everything prepped or start prepping food and stuff for later. And then I don't remember if I said this, but I was gonna clean the house Sunday, but it's kind of messy in here. I've had a lot going on. So I'm gonna start prepping food, do a full house reset and clean. And then once that's all done, the car should be done like way before that. I'm gonna Uber back to pick it up. And then I'll be able to shower and get like final details and stuff ready. Everyone's coming around like 6. I think it is 12 o'clock right now. First things first, I'm gonna get my pie in the oven. If you do not know or have never tried, that's upside down, the Marie Callender's Dutch apple pie is so good. Dutch apple pie is one of my all-time favorite desserts, only if it's warm with ice cream. That's like a package deal. I can't just have it by itself. I think I've mentioned this in short form. I don't know about the vlog, but where I like grew up and where I'm originally from, I guess you could say, where a majority of my family is and all of my friends, is about 40 minutes from where I now live. I relocated out this way for a lot of different reasons, work and other things. But my favorite bakery, all that is to say that my favorite bakery I used to get my Dutch apple pies at, they would sell like mini ones. It was so perfect. It's just kind of a far drive, obviously, if I'm having a craving. So one day, just like maybe the end of last year or beginning of this year, I saw this at the grocery store and I was like, I'm just gonna give it a go. And you guys, it is so good. Flavor, the Dutch topping, the crust, everything is really good. So what you do is you bake it, I think it's an hour. Let me read first. Yes, so I have the oven preheating to 400. You bake the pie on a cookie sheet because it will kind of like spill over and make a mess if you don't, for 60 to 65 minutes. And then once that's done, you pull it out, sprinkle the crumb topping on, and bake it an additional 10 minutes. And then you do want to make sure the pie sits at room temp for at least 2 hours. I've done like an hour and a half and it's okay, but it really needs that time to like sit and solidify. So I'm just gonna bake this now and then it will have all of the afternoon to kind of sit out. So this is what the pie looks like. And then this is the Dutch topping. I still had some foil in the oven underneath for when I cooked a frozen pizza recently, so I'm just gonna repurpose that. And not that you guys should be like dishonest or lie, but like all I'm gonna say is if you were to bring this to like a party in a box or like in your own pie dish, like literally nobody would know that it was a frozen pie, I'm telling you. Set a timer for 60 minutes. And then for the chili, I have the crock pot out here and all the ingredients kind of behind me. My chili recipe is super simple. I am gonna film it short form for my other platforms if you want like a more in-depth detailed video of me actually putting it together. But literally all you need is not cornbread, but I'm making cornbread later too. But you need pinto beans. I actually usually use a small regular can of pinto beans for this recipe, but I'm gonna add a little extra water and hopefully make a tiny bit more volume than I usually do for just myself. So I have a larger can of pinto beans, 1 can of tomato paste, a can of Rotel mild tomatoes with chilies. You leave the juice in and everything. You put the whole can of this in. I also usually make my own seasoning mix. Like I just combine all my seasonings together. But I actually recently went through my seasoning drawer and was astonished how many seasonings had expired. I am like very big on expiration dates. Everything I buy at the store, I check the date before purchasing. But like I really just think that the spice drawer was out of sight, out of mind. I had to toss a lot of my spices and I'm still deciding what brand I want to repurchase because I'm phasing out my glass jars with like the labels, like the aesthetic aftermarket jars you buy. They're just really not realistic. They get messy. You don't get a new one every time you buy a spice. You just keep, or like you're constantly refilling that same jar, and then to wash it with the label on it, it's just a mess. So because I'm still like on the fence of what bunch of seasonings I'm going to repurchase or like what brand, I just got a packet. Kind of a gamble, considering I've never used a packet but I think it'll be fine. I really like the Full Circle Organic brand. I've used their gravy before and it's good. So I got a chili packet, and then into the chili itself, we cut up a sweet onion, a bell pepper, a couple of jalapenos. I usually do one, but these are pretty tiny. And then your meat of choice. When I do it for just myself, I use 99% lean ground turkey, but because this is not just for me, we're gonna do some ground beef. Laura's ground beef is my favorite. It's a little pricier. It's a couple dollars more than the grocery store, but I find that the quality is just really, really good. So I usually get 96.4, but today I got 92.8. I thought it would be a little bit better in the chili. I also feel like I'm talking really, really fast right now, and I'm not really sure why that is. So if that's the case, I apologize. But you literally just chop all of your veggies up. I'm also gonna chop the green onions and put it in a container for later for topping, but it doesn't like go in the chili. So you chop up the bell pepper, jalapeno, onion, put the meat in, the seasoning, the canned stuff, and that's literally it. It is so, so easy. It's even easier when you use the chopper, but for just, I mean, I guess I could, but honestly for my cooking videos, it's definitely more aesthetically pleasing to slice everything by hand. So other than literally dicing this stuff up, it's just opening containers and dumping it in. So it's really kind of a breeze. So it's 11:44. This will be done perfectly between 5 and 6. Everyone's coming at 6, so I'll just set it to low. And yeah, I'm gonna get started. And then after this is moving and grooving and done, I'm gonna get started on cleaning. Much later. I just hopped out of the shower. The vibe for tonight is very much comfy, casual, cozy. I think majority of my cousins are wearing sweats. I was also gonna wear sweats until I went to put them on and realized that they are dirty, so I'm just wearing some pajamas. I'm gonna make the cornbread. I'm kind of running a little low on time because I didn't factor in like the filming aspect of things. I'm a little triggered because I had picked up what I thought, I must have been looking at it, but picked up one next to it. I thought I got the honey and butter like cornbread mix, which I'm almost positive you put milk and eggs in, and this one just says add water, but I specifically got milk and eggs for the cornbread, so I think I'm gonna do milk in place of water. Maybe it'll be like a little richer, give it a little bit more flavor. We'll see. I should probably preheat the oven, 375. I didn't show like absolutely every step of me cleaning earlier, but I'm pretty sure you got the gist. I did my whole reset, and then this random dish I forgot to put away after emptying the dishwasher. I picked up the car. It looks great. It looks so good, the tint. And I'm losing my mind. I thought there was still something in the bag, so I just dumped like, oh, I missed some cornbread mix. No, it's literally the top that I literally just put in here 2 seconds ago. Took a shower, obviously, and got ready. And gonna make the cornbread. I need to set the table and kind of set the vibes in here, get a good Halloween YouTube video on, turn on all the lights. So I feel like I'm all over the place right now. Let's see. 1.5 cups. Let's see. Luckily, I did most of the prep work earlier. So cheese is already grated, the green onions are already cut, they're already in their dishes with saran wrap in the fridge. So it's really just the cornbread and then like setting everything up, like the vibes, like I said. I also want to film a short form video of tonight, but I honestly don't know that I'm gonna have time now. So we shall see. Do I want to do a pan or muffin tins. 8x8. Let's see. I don't know if I have exactly an 8x8. I do have like a white little casserole dish, but it's like an oval. It's like very funky, like shaped. But I did make my cornbread souffle in there. I think I just have to like keep a better eye on it and watch it because it's not gonna be done in the same time that that package says an 8x8 would be done. But that would probably be the cutest option. The only problem is I have to get it, and I really don't want to get the ladder, but I'm just gonna do that because it's probably gonna be quicker in reality. Okay, so I'm gonna bake the cornbread in this dish, and then I got a couple of platters down. I do have some jalapeno cheddar. I think this is a focaccia. I'm gonna cut this up to set out as well. And then my cousin texted me that she had made a Halloween treat today for a video. So she's gonna bring that for us to have tonight as well. I was also gonna bake Halloween, like the Pillsbury sugar cookies on top of the Dutch apple pie, but since she's bringing that, I skipped baking that, which honestly worked out way better because like I said, I'm pressed for time. I just inhaled a huge mouthful of olive oil. That was great. An 8x8 goes in for 30 to 35 minutes, so I'm gonna just check it at 22 minutes to be safe. Actually, I'm gonna do 25 because the oven's probably not fully preheated yet. I'm gonna get to the rest of the stuff. I do think I have time to film my short form video. I have about 25 minutes until my first cousin's gonna be here. So I will check in with you later. I might just do like a montage. Sorry to throw another montage in the vlog, but it might be a little easier while I'm trying to like host and make drinks and stuff. Oh, I have to set out all of the drinks too. Okay, I need to get moving. Can you guys tell that my sister got all of the hosting gene and I only got maybe like 5 to 7% of it? Yeah, I think I've already mentioned that before, but she's the hoster or the hostess. I am definitely not. Okay, the lighting is pretty dark, but I wanted to give you a little quick tour. Everything is very minimal and chill. So I set the table. You know me and my cup collection, so we definitely don't have 6 matching cups. I do have a set of matching Cantina glasses, but other than that, everything is mixed and matched. Funky, we know my 1 cup rule, so I have my couple Halloween cups here and then just a variety of other ones out. So this is the table. We're gonna eat here and then we'll play games later. Nothing too different here than what I already have, but I don't really know if I've showed the vlog yet, my Halloween decor. Oh my gosh, my little guy fell. I mentioned in my fall decorating video that I already had some Halloween decor and I like couldn't talk about it. That video is already posted now. I did a video with World Market, which was like one of the most exciting collabs I've ever done. So any Halloween decor you see, besides a few pieces that I had last year that my sister got me, it's all new and that's where it's from. So this is a little buffet corner and it's still kind of light out, but I closed the blinds for the vibe. This is the Halloween ambiance video I chose on YouTube. I get a lot of questions sometimes about this. Literally just type in fall ambiance, Halloween ambiance, Christmas, whatever you want. There will be a video for it. And like, for example, this one runs for 10 hours, so I don't have to worry about it running out. I don't think there's any ads or anything like that. So I just have all of the lights on in here, the string lights, the pumpkins that I got from World Market, which I ended up adding my fake candles to. So I really love this corner. I think it's so cozy, especially with the chair and the little pillows. Nothing's really out in the kitchen yet. That'll probably be more in my short form video, but I'm gonna put my cousin's Halloween treat here. I have some butter softened for the cornbread. The chili, I cut up that focaccia right here and just covered it in saran wrap so it doesn't dry out. And then I'll open those avocados as well when we go to eat. Over here, I just have some extra side plates, spoons, the Tito's and limes, and then all the other mixers, the Sprite, apple cider, lemonade, and everything is in the fridge. We have our pie here just chilling, waiting for later. I'll probably heat it back up when we go to eat, or I don't know if everyone wants to put their slice in the microwave. I guess we'll see. I also have a spooky vibe Halloween playlist going on Spotify. Obviously not playing now for copyright purposes, but that's really setting the tone too. And we are all ready for my cousins to get here. Get it right this time. Surprise!
Yes.
Growing up?
Yes.
Eye makeup remover? Eyeliner?
Yep. Yes.
What, staring?
Yeah.
Titus or? Heimlich, put it in CPR. Turning butter, baking, mixing. Gargling.
Yes.
Winking, flirting.
Yes.
Sexy time. Cutting hair, brushing your flat ironing, straightening your hair.
Yes.
Blowing up a balloon.
Yes.
got your shoe. Yes. Rubik's Cube. It is 12:30. The last few of my family members just left. Some left earlier and then some left just right now at 12. Throughout the night, sprinkled in, I did like clean the kitchen, do the dishes, get it all situated in here. Also, shout out to my sister. Look at this adorable little gift she made me for hosting. It has well, it's in a little cauldron. It has an Alani, a mini Aquaphor, Reese's pumpkins, Halloween socks, and this is actually a bow. How freaking adorable is this? She's always so thoughtful. Like I was saying, I just kind of did the kitchen throughout the night, and then when everybody just left at 12, I re-cleaned the bathroom, I swept the entire house, and then I just hit the walkway right here with my Spray-O Cedar mop. That's kind of like my little routine whenever I have multiple guests over like that, and I obviously just mop, so I want to make sure it stayed clean. I've said this before, but I don't wear shoes in my house at all, so everyone just takes their shoes off right here and leaves them. My bed has never looked cozier than it does in this moment because I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna brush my teeth and then head to sleep. Good morning, or rather good afternoon. It's about 1 o'clock the next day. I did wake up about 8:30, and then I filmed a short form morning vlog, which is gonna go up tomorrow. That way I had something to post for tomorrow. Relaxed a bit, watched some 90 Day Fiancé. I did a little reading. I made a smoothie. What else did I do? I took a shower, and now we are here. I'm about to get ready. I have an Alani I'm gonna crack open. I'm out of my V8s, and frankly, I was just craving the Witch's Brew flavor. I'll probably only drink about half because I have been keeping my caffeine around 100 milligrams or less, which has been working out fine. But I could very easily like drink this whole thing. I just love the taste of Alani. Cheers. I am out of gloves, and I've already explained in a previous vlog that I have a really big phobia and like sensory issue with touching my beauty blender or getting liquid makeup on my fingers at all. Even if I wash it off, like it just, I don't know, I can't do it. And I don't have any gloves left, so I know this is probably gonna be like ridiculous to so many people. I'm putting a Ziploc over my hand, okay? I gotta keep it real. I don't lie to kick it. This is what I need to do right now to get ready. I am gonna head out to run some errands. Once my makeup's done, I'm gonna leave my hair as is. I want it to completely air dry so that I can curl it for later. My curls stay best when my hair is air dried. If I blow dry it, I really have like no shot of the curls staying at all. I'm gonna go to Target. That might be the only errand I run. I'm gonna go to Target because I need some flats for tonight. So I'm going to Magic Castle, which to be totally honest, until I was invited, I had never heard of it, but I would say 90% of the people that I've mentioned it to are like, oh my gosh, you're going to Magic Castle? And I'm like, how does literally everybody know what this is aside from me? Side note, I can't lie, I do feel a little funny with this bag over my hand right now. Back to Magic Castle. So my understanding of it from obviously who invited me and what I've Googled is that it is a performative venue and restaurant. It is like a members only venue. So you have to know somebody that's a member to get in, and you can't just like become a member by like signing up. You have to know another member that'll get you into the club. I think that's how it works. So my cousin's husband's parents, I guess that's the best way to categorize them. Honestly, we just all call each other family. So they are members, which we didn't know, or I honestly really wouldn't have known because again, I didn't even know what it was. But they're members, so they got me, my sister, my sister-in-law in, and then they're also coming, and then of course my cousin and husband whose parents they are. I don't know if I'm making sense. They're also coming. So we're just gonna have a little family outing. It is in, I think it's technically Hollywood, or maybe it's LA, I'm not positive. We have to be there by 5:30, and the way that it works is you have dinner. Dinner's like mandatory for you to buy, otherwise you pay an entry fee. So I think it works out being like the same price, which I think we'd probably have dinner anyways. So you have dinner, and then there's like a bunch of shows and things. They do have a dress code on their website. You have to wear like formal wear of some sort. You can't have like sandals or street shoes, no jean material of any kind. If you're wearing a suit, I think you have to have like a full tie and jacket, no mock turtlenecks. I don't even know what a mock turtleneck is versus a turtleneck, to be completely honest with you. I can finally remove the glove. I'm really excited though. It sounds like it's gonna be a really fun night. And then I was already looking at the menu because if you know, you know. If you're one of those people, I cannot go somewhere and not be like looking at the menu for days prior or even weeks prior. I don't care. That's the wrong brush. Hello. I don't care how far in advance it is. If I know I'm going somewhere, I'm gonna be looking at the menu. Definitely think I'm gonna go with the filet mignon, and then it comes with some sides. I love a good steak, so filet mignon's always a-okay with me. I also think a nice glass of red wine would just go so good with that meal, so I'll probably have a glass of wine. So that's why I'm going to Target. I might have already said that, but I need, oh my gosh, I got powder in my hair. I need some shoes. Some of the acceptable shoes were like heels, ballet flats, things like that. And with my ankle right now, I don't think I mentioned this in the vlog, I have a bone bruise on the pointy bone on the outside of your ankle. I can't remember what it's called. So even when I walk a certain amount just on the day-to-day, my ankle throbs, and if I were to try and put on heels, like, my doctor would not be very happy with me. So I'm just gonna get some ballet flats. I don't own any as of now, so this is gonna be my one and only pair that I end up having. It's funny because in a short form vlog I posted a couple weeks ago, I like went out and ate dinner by myself at the Cheesecake Factory and then went shopping. I was in Old Navy and they had a whole like section of ballet flats. I think I even said in the comments, like, I'm not gonna cave until I find a pair that like is cute enough or suits me really well, but now I'm quite literally in the position where I don't have an option. So I'm going back on my word really quickly. It only took about 2 weeks before I'm buying my pair of ballet flats. They really are coming back in style though, so I'm curious to see if I wear them at all after tonight or like how they look on me. I don't know. But I saw Target has a couple of options, so I'm just gonna go there. And then I'm gonna head to my sister's. I'm gonna carpool with them since it's in, like I said, LA Hollywood area. And that's how I'm gonna wait for my hair to air dry. I'll just curl it at her house and then change before we get on the road. Mascara's all done. I did forget to mention, as I'm sitting here talking about this the entire time I'm doing my makeup, you are not allowed to film inside, which given like the type of event it is, I think makes perfect sense. I know you can have your phone up into a certain extent because I know that they let you take like a group picture, like I think when you're like checking in that area. So of course, whatever I can capture, I will put it in the vlog, but I can't promise like how much it's gonna be, obviously. I'm going to get dressed, pack my bag, and then we will be heading out the door. I say we because I feel like you are all coming everywhere with me. Like honestly, that's genuinely how I feel. It's dawning on me that I don't think I even said what car I got in this vlog yet, but it was the Ford Mach-E that I had mentioned I was looking at, and this is how the tint came out. I need a new deodorant. I never buy the same deodorant twice back to back. That also goes for shampoo, conditioner, and my like main face wash. Every time those items run out, I switch. I feel like my skin and hair get used to it. The odor protection like starts to fade after a while when your body gets used to a certain product, at least for me. I really like Degree, but I kind of want to stick with Dove and just get like a different line. Cool Essentials. I think this one, yeah, is like cucumber. I've had it before. It smells so good. I also need a new body wash. I've seen a lot of ads for these, a lot of creators doing ads with this. I have worked for Dove before, just not with body wash, and I kind of want to try this new line. I'm also kind of obsessed with these though. The milk and willow lavender is so good, but I think I'm gonna do a bar and I'm gonna do the oat milk and berry brulee, but I kind of still want to get a body wash sometimes when I want, this lather is really good, but sometimes when I want just like an easy lather. I am literally obsessed with this one. This like white strawberry scent is so freaking good if you haven't tried this. Okay, I lied. I'm back over here. This line is just really drawing me. This is the Glow Recharge. So it says it energizes and illuminates skin. This would be good for like morning showers. I promise this video was not sponsored by Dove. Doing a little car stocking video, and these will be perfect minis to keep in my center console. My favorite mascara that Raina put me onto. I'm using a different one right now that is not tubing, and I hate it. Tubing, like now that I've tried it, I don't think I can ever go back. I've been out of my Dawn Power Wash for a long time, but I honestly miss it so much, especially for cleaning my air fryer. Need more dish soap. This one smells really, really good. I saw them online. They had straps. Do they not have them? It said they had some in stock. I really don't know how I feel about these, but I feel like they are classier for my dress tonight. I'm gonna try a 9 and an 8.5. Ended up going with the 9s, and I'm gonna head to check out and be on my way. I forgot to do a fit check. Here, actually, hold it. My green Old Navy dress and my new hip and in style ballet flats, according to the people. They're in. My sister also has them. Rhinestone-ified, glamnified. Black dad, green suit. We're kind of all, well, you're the only oddball.
Always.
It is the next day in the afternoon. I got home super late last night, like 5 minutes shy of 2. By the time I showered and got in bed, it was closer to 3. So I was like, I already know my body's probably naturally gonna wake itself up at 7. And I was dreading it, but I surprisingly slept till 9:40. So I slept just over 6 hours, according to my Oura ring. And I'm a little tired, but honestly, I'm just so grateful that I didn't wake up at 7, because I would probably be in a rougher state that I am right now. I'm only slightly tired. I just made some breakfast. I threw on 90 Day Fiancé. I have about 30 minutes left in this episode, so I'm just finishing this before I get up and get the day started. I need to get ready. I need to go run an errand, make a return somewhere. I need to charge my car. First time I'm gonna be doing that. And then I have a barbecue at my cousin's house later. Honestly, since Thursday, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and today, I have been busy on the go and not really at home too much, which is so unlike me. I always need at least one day a week where I'm just like recharging and relaxing. It's been a really fun few days, but I'm definitely starting to feel like really exhausted. So I don't think I'm gonna stay at my cousin's house too late. I definitely wanna get home and get in bed early, especially with my schedule changing. Like now that I'm gonna work 4 10-hour shifts in a row, it definitely feels a little different than like having the 2 shifts, a break, 2 shifts, and then the weekend. Like that was kind of balanced out nicely. I find the perks and benefits of every day that I have off once the rotation happens. It just takes like a little getting used to. And then Magic Castle. Hello, I didn't even talk about it yet. So Magic Castle was so fun. Food was so good. My filet was delicious. I got some champagne. I had creme brulee. It was such a vibe in there. It is so cool. And then they had like some Halloween decorations up. It just kind of added to like the spooky magic vibe. We did see like you get a main ticketed event. So we watched a main magic show. And then after that, you can go to like littler shows and private tables. The private table, like I'm literally still mind blown. I got chosen for a couple of tricks. I don't know if it was the opposite. The magician put 3 coins in my hand, or he put 4, and there ended up being a different amount. So like literally put them in my hand, I counted them, I closed my fist, put it down to the table, did not open my fist at all, and I opened my hand, and one of the coins had either been added or was missing. I think it was missing, and then it was in his hand across the table. I don't know. Honestly, like I know I could probably look up how to do these tricks, but I don't want to I don't want to ruin the magic of it. So I'm not gonna look anything up, and I definitely think I want to go back. It just, every magician has like their own style, and there's different ones rotating all of the tables, so I feel like it'd kind of be a different experience each time you go. I'm just gonna finish this episode of 90 Day, pretend I'm having like a very slow morning. I just wanted to give myself like a little taste of a slow morning, and then I am gonna get ready and head out the door. I am at a charging station charging my car, but it was not easy getting here. It was quite a ride actually. Also, I want to apologize. I'm in a random parking structure for an apartment complex that I don't live in, which we'll get to in a moment. But the lights flicker on and off, and cars also drive by a lot. Why can I not speak right now? So I'm sorry for all of that. I hopped in the car. I mapped out a good charging spot on the way to my cousin's. That's a fast charger, so you get a full charge in like 45 minutes. I was just gonna plug in for like 15 minutes because I can charge near work tomorrow. I have chargers that are walking distance, fast chargers that I can use whenever I'm at work. So I honestly will almost never have to charge like this out and about or on a weekend. I just did a lot of driving from when I got the car. Thursday it was driven to me all the way from San Diego area. Oh my goodness. Get it together, Allie. From San Diego area, I did that round trip to the Airbnb, which was a really long drive. I did a round trip to my sister's. I've been testing out the car and just driving locally a lot. So with that being said, I map out a good spot on the way to my cousin's in a parking structure that I'm not super familiar with in general, let alone I don't know where the EV spots are because that's not something I've ever paid attention to or needed to pay attention to until this point. It said there were chargers available and there was different hubs of like charging stations in the parking structure, so I was kind of going round and round. They were all full, and at the last minute when I was going to give up, I saw one more area I hadn't looked at yet. So to try and spare you all the boring details, I pull up, those are all full as well. I put my car in park, trying to decide what I wanted to do because nobody was behind me. And right when I'm about to leave, somebody gets in their car in the EV spot charging station to pull out. So I wait for them to leave. I pull in. There were other cars around at this point, but the next few cars after me coming from the other direction were non-EV cars. So I pull into my spot. I'm like, perfect. I'm about to get out and I hear a lot of commotion. There's a car, both the driver and the passenger swing their doors open and the passenger comes up to my passenger window, which is a little awkward because I just got it tinted. I literally cannot roll the windows down. I could hear him clear as day though. He was yelling. He was very aggressive. He was like, I think he said, "Are you stupid? There's a line for the EV chargers." I replied and said, "I'm so sorry. I did not know you were waiting. I'll move right now." He keeps yelling. I'm like, I cannot roll my window down, but I'm gonna move. And he just keeps getting more aggressive. He starts saying, back your car up, back the fuck up, move your car. I do think he called me dumb like twice. I almost got out because I really wanted to convey to him how aggressive he was being was absolutely unnecessary. But I decided just to back up and leave. So I went to another charging spot, hopped back on the freeway, found another one. Long story short, it said there were a few available and they all ended up being out of service. I called the number on the kiosk screen thing and they were like, "I'm so sorry, it should not have said available." So then I drove to my third one, which is how I ended up in a random parking structure in an apartment complex. But this is a very slow charger. Like it takes like 18 to 20 hours for a full charge. So I'm just trying to get enough percent to feel comfortable to drive to my cousin's because she said I can also plug it in there. The home mobile charger I have is even slower than the one I'm currently at, but if I could even get like an extra 5% while I'm at her house, I think I'll feel comfortable enough I just need to get back home and to work in the morning because like I said, there's so many chargers at work. So I don't think every time is going to be like this chaotic, even if I do need to charge on the weekend. This is just, what a way to dip my feet into the EV charging world. But I'm chilling. I was also going to do like my car story time I mentioned in the beginning of this vlog while I was charging, but I'm gonna be just so straight up, I'm not in the mood anymore. So maybe at some point in the vlog before it ends, I don't know when I'm gonna end it, maybe tonight. I normally edit as I go and that's how I gauge when I'm gonna finish the vlog, is like based on how much footage I have like post editing and how long it is, but I don't have that information right now. So maybe I'll end the vlog tonight, but I can already tell in advance this was a very just chit chatty vlog rather than like me showing myself out doing a bunch of things. So shout out to anyone still around at this point, and shout out to people that like chit chatty vlogs. My hair is probably all insane from the wind, but just to give y'all an update, I went to another charging station that's a fast charger, and after a little bit of difficulty because there were some not working here as well, I am officially plugged in and fast charging. It is 3. I left my house before 1. So yeah, but I'm just glad to be charging. I feel a lot better. So I'll probably not get to my cousin's till closer to 4. Way later than I had planned, but peace of mind to have my car charged up is priceless. So that is what I am doing right now. It is actually Thursday morning. I'm about to head into work. I'm just hopping on here to end the vlog, and I haven't recorded anything else because unfortunately I woke up Monday and was sick. It's not terrible. I've definitely had it way worse in the last couple of years when I've gotten sick, but nonetheless, I am sick and I am just not feeling 100%. It's been a long week, but I'm very excited to have tomorrow off to just be able to relax and take it easy. So I'm ending the vlog here. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next video.
Wow.